sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, hey, that's perfect. You can go to Reaver.1. That is REAVER.1 and click on the live stream. My daughters are always telling me, Dad, don't forget to tell them to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. And lastly, but not least, if you want to support the show, do you want to support SHR Media? Do you want to become a Reaverite? Go to Reaver.1. That's right, REAVER.ONE, and there's a button that says Reaver Store, or you can scroll down and look on the right, and the Reaver Store / SHR Media Store will be there. Pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, skateboard, bumper stickers. All proceeds go back into expanding the show. It goes into expanding SHR Media so that we can keep the message of the conservative movement going. And how you doing, Jenna? Glad to see you this morning. Afternoon, mid-afternoon, brunch. I can't believe I'm actually in a good mood. I love seeing them. My in-laws are in. But what's funny is usually it takes an hour or two. A day or two, I should say, before they kind of start to annoy, at least me. I love them. Don't get me wrong, I love them. But this time they did it in about an hour to 2 hours flat. Yeah, that's how long. And for you to understand, my father-in-law is a retired lawyer, Jewish, and liberal. And I know a lot of people just cringed on that one. That shows how much I love my wife. Well, with that, it was also this morning, getting up. When I first get up, it takes me a little while to get moving because of my medical issues and my injuries. It takes me a little bit to get moving. And somehow I showed my wife the new Hillary t-shirt, which... it's not even a plug. It's just I happen to show her the new Hillary t-shirt, which says, this is my $12,000 Hillary t-shirt. So immediately my mother-in-law says, well, how much does Trump's suit cost? I looked at her, I said, yeah, but he's not up there giving speeches about inequality on income. He's not telling everybody needs to be equal as she wears a $12,000 jacket. Trump's not up there doing that. Well, yeah. Well, it's going to be a shit election anyway. No, it isn't. Unless you buy into this media-driven drool. But they're only down till Thursday, so we don't get to see them that often. Thank you, Lord. That was mean. That was mean of me. And Jenna, it's okay. Trust me. I understand. And I'm just glad to see you're doing better and here today. So we're just going to touch on this a little bit. I got the article, and I'll go through it. It's a very short article. But I want to take us back in time. And I had written, as I do, I put the title of the article and all that happy horse shit in my notes. And then it's not this again. How many times are the cultists going to predict a flooded New York City? Yes, I said that, not again. Prediction number 1. January 1988, NASA, Jim Hansen, says before Congress that the West Side Highway in New York City will be underwater in 20 to 40 years. Well, New York City is nowhere near underwater. It still has a little bit, roughly a little bit over 10 years to go. Now, let's also do the second prediction and another flashback. It was on ABC 2008. New York City underwater from climate change by June of 2015. And the article went on with the prediction that New York City will be underwater, gas over $9 a gallon, a carton of milk costs almost $13. Welcome to June 12th, 2015. Or at least that was the wild, inaccurate version of, hey, Kel, you're here early too. Welcome. And for those that don't understand, those are people in the chat room that are popping in, my Reaverites. Sorry. As I said, those are some of the wild predictions that they put that never came true. And this was on ABC News. And it appeared on Good Morning America in 2008. Bob Woodruff hyped Earth 2100. And it was a special push. They tried to push this book that predicted all these disasters happening. Well, 2005 has come and gone. New York City is not underwater. Gas is not over $9 a gallon. And a carton of milk isn't $13. Close, but no cigar. So, what does Obama do? And I know it shouldn't shock me that he did this, but yes, it did shock me. Obama goes out and says Manhattan will be underwater if we do not act on climate change. So not only have they failed twice already on this prediction, they doubled down on it, said this is what's going to happen. Never happened. They're going to triple down on it now. But they're getting a little bit smarter. They're making predictions for the way future. But it goes on, this article, that Barack Obama insists that Americans have to take climate change seriously, or else a key part of one of the world's greatest cities could end up underwater. When scientists tell us that the planet is getting warmer and we need to do something about it, the majority of the people think that it's a good idea. Let's do something about that because we don't want Manhattan to be underwater, Obama said at a fundraiser in New York City. Now the fucking problem is, majority of the country doesn't believe this bull crap. We don't buy into this cultist lie that Obama loves to push and give false statements. Oh, the majority. Fuck you. You don't even know what a majority is, you dumbass. Damn. This is the shit that gets me going. This is the shit on why I do this show. Because of dumbass lies like that. The majority of we're not even getting warmer. We have seen no warming. There is kids that are going to graduate from high school. That have never seen any warming. Yes, we had a little bit warning when we had a lot of solar flares. Woohoo! They keep doubling down. Why does it sound like I got this static in my ear? I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh, I am so sorry, Kel. That sucks. Damn. Kel had to cancel out a trip to Europe There were some unforeseen issues that popped up. And she has to pay $1,250. Well, it might just be my end then, Jenna. But $1,250 in cancellation and non-refundable prices. That fucking sucks. Period. Here's a little side story. Then we'll get back to this article, finish it up, and get going. But a little side note. Just going back several years ago, I got contracted out to head up north. I'm talking North Jersey, southern part of New York, for a confined space rescue standby. It was a construction site. By law, they had to have crews there waiting. Well, I booked my tickets, and then the dates canceled. So all I wanted to do was move the dates. And I actually found a cheaper, on the same flight, same company, a cheaper price on the date that I needed to go. They said, no, you can't do that. There's cancellation fees you got to pay, which equaled more than what I paid for the fucking tickets originally. They said, after you pay those fees, we can refund you the other fees. I said, that sounds about as stupid as anything I've ever come across. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I don't care. I just won't even pay the cancellation fees. I just won't show up for the fucking flight, and I'll book another flight. They said, no, because if you don't show up, we will charge you again for those tickets to cancellation. I said, so if I pay for a ticket on a plane that I don't use, that's my problem if I don't use them. You're going to charge me money because I didn't use the tickets that I paid for. And they went, yep. And I went, congratulations, I'll never fly with your airline again. Fuck you, and hung up on them. Of course, I had some fucking foreigner over in India or China, some fucking place. Barely understand it, son of a bitch. These people are idiots, and they got rip-off policies that totally bend over and fuck the consumer right in the ass. And that shit pisses me off. Cancellation fees. Fuck you on your cancellation fees. So, back to the article. Obama observed that people are frustrated by the current presidential election campaign. The bad news is that our politics has been a little screwed up lately. Yeah, for the past 7.5 years, it's been fucking screwed up. Thank you, Obama. But he pointing to the Republican Party nomination process. Even though that the fucking screwed up one is the Democrats, and it's still going on. You still have Bernie Sanders fighting and trying to get the nomination. Hillary's locked it up, but has he given up? Nope. I don't know. Yeah, but the problem is, Jenna, it's sort of like I put up a GoFund page one time I was trying to get it was like $300 just for a computer so I can upgrade. Whew, nothing. But if I would have put up there and said, hey, I went and got drunk and ran over a possum and I got a flat tire and I need to replace my car because of it, because I was irresponsible, people would have donated for that. I don't like GoFund. Fuck GoFund. Yes, I'm bitter because nothing happened. I also suck as a salesman, so I can't say much. Which kind of goes to the next point. I put up a post again. I am looking for someone that is a good salesman, that will be willing to start out working on a commission. I'm looking for a promoter. I guess that would be the correct word, a promoter. Someone that would help go out, find sponsors, commercials for my shows. Someone that would go out and track down for speaking gigs and take a percentage of the money coming in. It's not a full-time job, but it could turn into with finding speaking gigs or just some extra money. Or if you're trying to break into this type of field and want to get some experience, get a hold of me. I'm easy to find. You can go to Reaver.one, click on the contact button, or send an email to jerseyjoe@Reaver.one. If you're retired and just want to make a little extra money, if you're looking to break into the field, hey, I'm willing to give it a chance. And from there, for those not watching the live cast and you're listening only, I'm going to be playing, it's this group of guys, it's a bunch of military guys, ex-military guys. They all have different companies. One has, they have their own liquor that they make. One is a coffee. They make their own coffee grounds. Another one is a clothing line. And they're very creative. So there is a song they do, or if you want, like a rap, which is making fun of rap. But I've been listening to it, and I got to play it. These guys are great. The videos they have are amazing. They come up with such a creative, and God, I wish I could do the finger snap that, like, what is it, Matt Best does. But here's the video.
Or is modern rap like the worst shit you've ever heard? All they do is get a catchy-ass beat, throw some cocky lyrics on it, and call it music.
Ugh, I get it, but if it's so easy, Mr. Fancy Pants, why don't you just make a music video yourself?
Yo, maybe I will, dog.
What the fuck?
Get 'em up! Yeah! Yo, Lincoln Boxy's up in this motherfucker!
About to blow your mind! We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this might be fate. 3 words are for your fate. Bitch, I operate.
Wake up in the morning and I'm feeling kinda fresh. 5 pounds of bacon on my motherfucking chest. Carbon stained pillows, hands smell like lead. Under my mattress, gun safe as my bed. Loaded up mags, just ready to blast. ISIS flag when I wipe my ass. Blowout kick with my speedball bag. Dressed up in my tactical swag. Looked in my pocket and found 0 fucks until I pulled out my custom Glocks. Even wore multicams to my first date.
Wait, what?
Bitch, I operate.
We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this might be fate. 3 words are for your fate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate.
Chillin' at the range, fire rate sustained. Lead showers when I make it rain. C-clamp like a motherfucking boss hog. Got more patches than you on my damn dog. 2 in the morning doing CQB, tiptoeing down the hallway.
My wife might hear me.
Got my Instagram game on lock, especially when gun bunnies be drooling on my cock. Got the whole crew like, when I drop loads, they're always suppressed. People say, haters gonna hate. I'm just like, bitch, I operate.
We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this might be fate. 3 words are for your fate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate.
Wait. What the fuck does operate even mean?
I actually have no idea. Are you operating right now?
Maybe.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had a shit ton of fun making it, and the song is available in iTunes right now, probably annotated right in Rocco's penis area. And also we're excited to launch the new Bitch I Operate t-shirt.
Yep, and we're also excited that we started our Roman gun line as well, so you go check those out as well.
Additionally, with shirts, we want to give a special thanks to Black Rifle Coffee Company. They helped us make this video, and they wanted to let you guys know that they have a new coffee club. And if you use the promo code OPERATE, you'll get 20% off your first coffee club purchase. Bitch, I operate.
Where the fuck's JT been?
You're clear to engage.
Bitch, I operate.
All right, I'm sorry. I had to play that. I've been listening to that for God knows how long now. Yeah, I was totally stupid yesterday with the show, working with new software, and I had the mic through the software on mute for like 10 minutes of the show. Now, I've been able to correct that issue because it was actually the audio was recording on my live video stream, so I was able to splice it in and correct the issue. Now, I didn't do it on Spreaker because, well, I leave that how my live goes. But some rebroadcasts throughout. But I was talking about they have a movie upcoming, Matt Best, which is the guy that did that video. And it's called Range 15. It's an indie movie, but it's got a lot of top stars in it. I mean, it's got William Shatner, Marcus Luttrell. There's a couple others. I can't remember their names, but it's big name stars in it. It's a spoof military zombie movie, and it looks funny as hell. And if you haven't seen any of Matt Best's YouTube videos, just go on there and type AR-15 into a YouTube search, and you'll pop them up. That video was just one of many off-the-wall stuff that they do. And like I said, it's all military guys. Funny as hell. So, if you ever get a chance, check that out. It'll be well worth it. Remember, bitch I operate. And with that, let's see where we are. I know, Calvin, I feel so bad for you. That's... I'm glad you're here, though, today. So, let's put your troubles behind you. And let's concentrate on the death and destruction that's going on this fucking planet. As that's not depressing as hell as it is. I'm sorry, if I don't laugh, I would cry at what's going on in this world. I would. Damn, it's just... my phone be blowing up. So where are we? We have a Brian Mast here in Florida. He is a military personnel, and I believe he's a double leg amputee. I could be wrong on that. I might be having him confused with somebody else. Not that I don't do no research. Happy birthday, Gary. Let me see some. But Matt Bass, or Brian Mast, holy shit. I'm having blonde moments. I really am having blonde moments today. But Brian Mast has endorsed Trump. And his statement is pretty simple. If you have rats, you call an exterminator. It's that simple. Trying to give me 1 second, please. Yeah, he's a double leg amputee, and he's running for Congress here in Florida. Like I said, his statement was, if you have rats, you call an exterminator. Well, that's exactly what he is doing. And we're going to get to that right after this break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio and ICRN Network. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here, and we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcasts, that's perfect. Go to Reaver.one. That is REAVER.ONE. Click on the live stream button. Brain fart. I had like two ideas swirling in my head. It was fighting with itself which one comes out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. And if you want to support the show, if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one. Pick up a t-shirt. Pick up a coffee mug. All proceeds go back into the show for us to expand and make SHR Media better, to make the show better, to make Sackhead show even better. Crap on a cracker. Thanks a lot, Big Bang Theory, because now that's always stuck in my head anymore. Of course, Penny. I'm a blonde man, and blonde and boobs. That's me. I know nobody gives a shit, but Penny. Oh, my wife just sits there and laughs, goes, "Honey, you got some drool running down your chin." It's actually a big joke amongst myself and a couple friends and my wife, because I'm attracted to tall, blonde, big-chested women. And what do I marry? A short, and I mean short, she's 4'11", I'm 6 foot, short, brunette. How did that happen? Even my wife's like, what the hell? I don't regret, so don't ever think I am meaning that. Just a lot of us find it funny. Penny. What's the gist, physicist? Sorry, there was one episode, what is it? Penny finds a recliner in someone throws it out and she takes it up to the apartment. And every time Sheldon goes over, she had something different. What's the gist, physicist? And a bunch of others. I love that show. And it sucks that, the interview with Raj recently. And he kind of walked back to comment, but season 10, this upcoming season, may be the last season of The Big Bang Theory. They're kind of thinking they're starting to run the course of the show, and they would rather go out on top. And there's also contracts. A lot of their contracts are up. So, it's the number one rated show right now, number one rated comedy show. And they're going to be looking for a lot of money. They already are making a lot of money. I hope it doesn't end, but I can understand. Sometimes I'd rather see shows go out on top than they try to stretch it out and go past their prime. So it's kind of a throw up, because I want to see the show continue, but at the same time I can understand that they want to end it. But back to what we were talking right before the break. Brian Mast is a former Army Explosive Ordnance Disposal NCO. He is running for office of Congress in the state of Florida. He is a double-leg amputee. He is a Trump supporter, and he got injured in Afghanistan. And it's Florida's 18th congressional district. And he's proud to support and endorse Donald Trump for president of the United States. And his statement is, when you have rats, you call an exterminator. He wholeheartedly gives his support who he believes will be the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Matt says he wants to run on the same ticket with Trump because Trump understands what needs to be done. With anybody, when you take the good with the bad. There are things I hate about him, and there's things that I love about him, he said. And you know what? I've said that here on the show. I don't agree with everything that Trump says or does. That doesn't mean that I don't support the man. If I was trying to find a candidate that I agreed 100% with, I'd still be searching. And yes, Supernatural's a pretty good show, too. I haven't watched it in a couple years, but it's a good show. And the other thing is, everybody complains about Donald Trump's way of speaking and dealing with some. I'm from New Jersey. He's New York, New Jersey. And I'm kind of used to it. I understand it. And I'd rather a person come out and just say what he's thinking, unfiltered, no bullshit, just says what he's thinking, sort of like what I do on the show here. I don't cover things up. I don't try to soften things. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. But for the most part, no, I don't. I'm looking at a couple things. Here we go. Let's see.
Okay, nice and cozy. Okay, I'll see you later.
Wait.
I had to play it.
Please rub this on my chest.
Oh, Sheldon, can't you do that yourself?
Vapor rub makes my hands smell funny.
But Sheldon...
Please.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Sing soft kitty.
No, counterclockwise are my chest hair mats.
Sorry.
Can you sing Soft Kitty?
I know this is kind of
My mom
unorthodox,
used
but
to sing it to me when I was sick.
my show,
Sorry,
my
honey, I
rules.
don't know it.
I'll teach you.
No rules, so
Soft
we can do it.
kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Now you.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Little ball of fur. Keep rubbing.
Little ball of fur.
Oh, that's it? Damn. That was a ripoff. Let's see. Actually, I'm trying to find something else real quick. I don't think there's any professional versions of it. Nope. There is the Star Wars version of soft Wookiee, warm Wookiee, great big ball of fur, hairy Wookiee, angry Wookiee, grr, grr, grr. I love that show, but I know I had to do it. As I said, my show, my rules. So let's get back to Brian Mass. He doesn't agree with everything that Trump says and does, which I agree with him. You don't have to agree with someone 100% to back them. And he goes on and he says, if you have an infestation of rats and rodents in your home and you need to call an exterminator, you don't necessarily care about the personality of the exterminator. You just care that he gets rid of the infestation. The retired staff sergeant said he supports Trump before the announcement, but wanted to make a definitive statement to avoid the confusion created by an article in the Palm Beach Post. The paper misconstrued masked firm support for Trump, said the recent Harvard graduate who deployed to Afghanistan in support of Joint Special Operation Command Forces. I stand with my district and fellow Floridians in welcoming Mr. Trump to Florida, he said. Trump rally supporters in Tampa. I think it's actually, tomorrow. Trump is in Tampa, which kind of sucks. I just found out about it yesterday, and I probably can get in, but, well, my nephew graduated yesterday, and tomorrow is his graduation party. So, yes, I have to go to it. That kind of takes precedent over going to a Trump rally. I wish I can get down there because I want to see if there's these protesters like there's been. I don't see that happening in this state. They might protest, but I don't see the violence that happened in California happening here in Florida. Just for the simple fact that not everybody that supports Trump is going to make it in or go in. Some people are going to show up. And this is a concealed carry state. This is a stand your ground state. So if these anti-Trump protesters start shit, and it's not a threat, I'm not threatening, I don't want to see it happen, but if they did the shit here like they did in California, I could see someone getting shot out of self-defense. And then we're going to hear how violent the Trump supporters are just because they're trying to protect himself. That woman in California that got trapped by that mob, and me and Sean talked about it yesterday. All it takes is one spark. One spark. One person taking it up a notch. And then everybody else, it just blows up. All it took was one person going up and pushing that woman. They started throwing eggs at the woman. So what does someone do? They throw a bottle at the woman. They stepped it up a notch. And what's worse is there was police on the other side of the glass with a door right there that could have came through, pulled the woman inside, pulled the woman to safety. Not exactly interfered, just pulled the woman to safety. And things would have gone a lot better. But here in Florida, something like that happens. All it takes is one person going, I feared for her life, so I stepped in to help. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And then shit really goes to hell. And I don't want to see that. That would cause such an issue. Both the media would just run with it like a marathon runner. What would happen at the next Trump rally where now the agitators are going to try to top something like that? And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Captain Morgan's. Oh. Me and Captain Morgan's know each other very well. Very, very well. Let's see. We would go to the Poconos when I was up in Jersey, me and my buddy. We'd go up there like on a Friday night and head back like Saturday night or Sunday morning. For Friday night, we would grab a case or two of beer and a gallon of Captain Morgan's and two 2-liter bottles of Coke. And usually we would run out before midnight on Friday night. So Saturday we would go get another gallon or two and a couple more cases of beer. And, head back home Sunday. Now, in between, on Saturday, he had a shooting range in his backyard, so we would be sober. We were very responsible, very safety cautious, and we would go shoot in the backyard. Nothing was worse than the one time we ran out of all liquor, so there was a bottle of Old Granddad there, so we broke into that on top of a gallon of Captain Morgan's and 2 cases of beer amongst 3 of us. We broke into the Old Granddad, and then the next morning was not fun with the headache. Getting woken up with live fire not that far from you, and your head's pounding from a hangover. But yeah, it's just the Captain Morgan's. Oh my God. Can't do it like I used to, 3 birthdays ago? Friend of mine was hanging over, bought, what was it, a 1 liter? I think it was. I drank the whole thing that night, and oh my God, was I paying for it the next day. Whew. But let's get back on topic. Matt Best goes on, like many other congressional candidates, Matt travels to Washington, meet with party officials, and interact with members of Congress. The veteran said one congressman in particular has become a true friend and mentor, Representative Ryan Zeke. He's a Republican from Montana. Zeke is a retired Navy SEAL officer, helped the former bomb specialist develop his approach to campaigning and how to function in Congress. If he is elected, Matt said, Congressman Zeke just said this, Brian, there's always going to be people who will agree with you and disagree with you. You have to go out there and give them the truth about who you are and let the cards fall where they may. And real quick on the chat room, yeah, I stay away from Jack Daniels, tequila, and vodka. Oh, those, no, keep me away from. Those can make me violent. I know they're not good for me, so I stay away from them. Don't you hate when you got like a hey now? Ouch. So Matt said, if Congressman Zeke taught me anything else, it was that guys like us who have gotten the job done while the shells are coming in and there are snipers trying to take us out and bombs going off, yet we still found a way to do our job. Sometimes with people we just met, that determination is what gets things done in Congress. And I agree wholeheartedly. If he was in my district, I would be voting for this gentleman. I'm tired, and I've said it time and time again, I'm tired of the lawyers. We have too many in Congress. Too many. Holding political office. It seems we have a group that think you have to have certain requirements. And they are pushing it and trying to discredit anybody that's not a lawyer or have these high college degrees. I'm not saying I don't know what Matt or Brian Mast has, but I support him. We need more people like that in office that understand the determination, the pride in the country, the love for the country. Because in a lot of these politicians, whether Republican or Democrat alike, I do not believe a goddamn word out of their mouth. This man, I believe. Doesn't mean he can't lie. It's just I believe him with a lot of what he's saying. I would trust him over any lawyer, any time, any day. So, next we're going to go on. I saw this, my wife was cracking up and just couldn't believe. It's a Hispanic American billionaire, Daniel Pina, and he's just talking about Trump. Hang on, I got a video I'm going to pop up, and hopefully everybody can hear it as it plays.
If Donald Trump becomes president, he's going to rock the planet. What does that mean, rock the planet? He's going to change it. If you're in a foxhole, who do you want in the fucking foxhole with you, Brian? You want some mealy-mouthed cunt political?
Now, remember, what blows my mind, this is a billionaire. And it blows my mind how this guy just goes on. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like what he says and how he says it.
Who do you want in the fucking foxhole with you, Brian? You want some mealy-mouthed cunt, politically correct asshole? Or you want somebody that's going to rip their head off and shit down their neck? Trump's that kind of guy. You have no idea how limitless it is when you're not afraid of what other people think or say. You have no idea. There's not two people watching this thing that even has a concept of what it is to act as if you have no limits to your abilities. Zero. And Donald Trump is the preeminent manifestation that, at least in America, they're up to here with it. He is a perfect example, the manifestation that the world or America is fed up with all the bullshit. And I believe that political correctness is a manifestation that the world has a lack of self-esteem. When he becomes president of the United States, I said a year ago, if he's serious about being president, he will rock not only the United States of America, he will rock the world. 5 months ago, he says he's going to punch Putin in the mouth, if you recall. 6 days later, Putin says, I like that man. What does that tell you, Brian? What does that tell these people listening?
What?
Respect gets respect instead of all this political horse shit. I don't give a fuck if these p-heads watching this thing like me. You said they're either going to love you or hate you. I knew which one it would be. All my life, I've been this way. And all my life, people love me and respect me. The other side of that coin is Bernie Sanders. God help us. He was a fucking communist 35 years ago. Now he's a socialist. He's in the Senate for 15, 20 years. And he's kicking Hillary's ass. What the fuck does that say? I mean, the U.S. is ready for change. They're so fed up.
Trump gets elected and we see a wave.
I'd love to see Bernie run against Trump. Because either way, the world's going to change.
I love that guy. I love that Daniel Pina. He says it how it is and doesn't give a flying fuck what anybody thinks. It's... And the VFW, I believe I might screw this up, Veterans of Foreign Wars. It's a veterans type club. That gentleman, he puts it perfect, and I've been that way for many years. I don't give a fuck what people think. I don't care if someone likes me or doesn't like me. I appreciate my listeners, but if you don't like me, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to change for anybody. This is who I am, and this is how I act. And that's one of the things I like about Donald Trump. He's not appearing and trying to be someone he's not. He goes out and this is who I am. This is who I am. Love me or hate me, he doesn't give a flying fuck. And I like that. I can respect that. That shows strength, determination. If you don't like it, who gives a shit? And yes, sometimes it's not that I'm trying to appease people, but sometimes I do try to watch my mouth because I know I can get cussing real bad. I'm a Jersey boy. We could put fuck in any fucking situation you fucking give us. See how I just did that? I can apply it to anything. It's a Jersey thing. Probably put it in every sentence if I wanted to. But I try to refrain from doing that. And I know it has hurt me a little bit on the show-wise, because there is one station that I can be put on further onto. I can make it onto terrestrial, which is like radio, regular radio, not internet radio. But because of my mouth, FCC wouldn't put up with me 5 minutes. That's why I like this show. And I could be who I am. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't do terrestrial and watch what I say, because I have done it in the past. I did have to fill in for Second Sean for a while, and it was for the Edge of Liberty show, and it was during daytime. It was an AM station out of Philadelphia and South Jersey, my hometowns. That is my stomping ground. So I'm able to do it just with my show. I don't need to. I could be who I am. And as I said, that's what I like about Trump. He is who he is, and he doesn't give a fuck. And with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on ICRN, High Plains Pundit Radio, and SHR Media. We will be right back. Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media
a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media, has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date. And lastly, if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Also, if you go to the homepage of Reaver.one and on the right and down, you will see the Reaver store. Sorry, my
daughter is, quote-unquote, graduating from 5th grade, which I find is a joke. But they had award ceremony today, and I'm looking, let's see, from the picture my wife just sent me. My daughter got a citizenship award. She gets these awards a lot. What it is... Okay, if I'm still on air, give me a minute. I just lost all my computers. Hold on. I think I'm still broadcasting. Just give me 1 minute. My screens are not on my uninterrupted power supply, but my one computer is. Now it's strange because it shut off my one computer and they're both plugged into the battery. Oh, I don't know what. We have no storms right now in the immediate area. So I just lost the video aspect of my show, which I'm not going to worry about today. I'll just shut that down. Make sure that I plug my actual computer. So everything actually worked perfect. I have my modem and my main computer plugged into my router, or plugged into the UPC, which is an uninterrupted power supply. And it kept me up and running because I have been cut off and then have to start everything back up and all that. So it worked out perfect today. Great. I just had to get the other one, the main computer, plugged in. So if I lose power again. And it's not uncommon in Florida for this to happen. So I'm sorry about the disruption, and I'm off topic majorly. But that just caught me off guard. When you see all your computer screens go black and the lights behind you go dark, it makes you go, holy shit, what just happened? But yeah, my daughter, she's got another citizenship award, which is, she's helping. And thank you to my Reaverettes. Thank you for telling me the show is still up and running. What was funny is when you posted it, the screen went black. Like it was just saying, my screen is not plugged into the UPC. I only have a couple of slots or outlets for the UPC. Looks like I'm going to have to order a second one. I'm going to need another one. Because that's actually what's fried my computer out, is not lightning strikes. They don't cause my computers, since I moved down here, to fry yet. I got all the protection. What I don't have protection until now with the UPC is, with computers, it's not just an increase in electricity that will fry your computer out. When you get we get these quick on and offs, and I mean, sometimes it just drops the power for enough of a split second that, like, the screen will dim, the computer will start to shut off, but the power goes back up, and everything stays on. Well, your components in your motherboard are so fragile, that slight reduction in voltage destroys and damages the circuits on the circuit board. Now, it might not be immediately that the damage takes place. It may take a little while. A month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, all of a sudden your computer fries and you're like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? It's because somewhere along the line you had that quick dip in power. It's a negative spike. It's referred to because you have the positive with the lightning strikes where it's the increase of voltage, but the negative spikes is a drop, and it lasts less than a second. It's more than enough to damage a computer. So, yeah, my wife and in-laws are at the school. And there's an award ceremony. And she gets out in a half hour from school today. It's last day of school. She gets out early. And because she's graduating from elementary school and going on to the middle school, they have for the 5th grader what is called the clap out, where all the kids from the school, all the other grades from, I think it's kindergarten to 4th, they line up and all the 5th graders walk through that line as the school claps. I'm kind of split on it. It's nice that they celebrate everything, but I think they put too much emphasis on a kid finishing 5th grade. Proud of my daughter. She's worked hard this year. So, I am proud. She's done a lot of hard work. But it's 5th grade. Come on. When she graduates high school, that'll be a big thing. I mean, I had in-laws that spent all the money to fly down here, which is nice. But fly down here just because she's finishing 5th grade. I don't know. Like I said, I'm proud of my daughter. She's improved. She's really worked hard this year. Because my daughter has a speech problem. We've been dealing with it since kindergarten. She's behind on her speech. The speech then hurts reading. The reading then hurts the math. So she's been playing catch-up since day one of school because of her speech impediment. She's finally, now in 5th grade, she caught up on reading. She finally did. She's busted her ass. Every summer, she's worked hard. 2 summers ago, she did a local thing. The library held a contest. You did certain steps, and the local baseball team, they gave out those arm sleeves. I don't know if anybody understands what they are. It's like a nylon sleeve that you put on your arms, and it has the name of the baseball team and all that. Little kids' baseball bats. And I'm talking like the 13, maybe 16-inch baseball bats, those little toy ones. The final prize was 2 free tickets to a Tampa Bay Rays game. And she busted her ass with that reading, and she got all the way. She made all the steps to where she got the free tickets. It amazed me. She busted her ass. Year before, she kept bugging me to quit smoking, Dad, quit smoking. And I said, tell you what, you bust your ass and you get your grades up, and I guarantee I will quit smoking. Well, her grades kind of stayed the same that year. I know she was working hard, and I told her, she's like, well, are you going to quit? I said, that's not the deal we made. Deal is you improve your grades, they go up, I'll quit. Well, next year school came around. That little shit remembered. For someone that can't remember 5 minutes ago, she busted her ass, pulled her grades up, brought the report card home, showed it to me, and looked at me and says, are you going to quit smoking now? And I was like, son of a bitch, I got to quit. Took me a little bit to get into the doctors and get there's a medication which is basically antidepressant. And I quit smoking, and it's May 20th, 2015 was the last time I had a cigarette. And it was funny last night because, as I've told everybody, my in-laws came in last night. And I know this has nothing to do with conservative radio, so I do apologize. But my father-in-law turns around last night. He's like, hey, you want to join me for a cigarette? And I turned around. I was like, Ira, I haven't had one in over a year. I quit a year ago. And he just looked at me. And he was like, shit, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. That is great. I was like, damn, he actually said something nice. Tearing up. No. But yeah, my daughter, she remembered that, and she busted her ass. And this year she did bust her ass. And yes, it is, I'm very proud of her. But it's 5th grade. When she graduates from high school, then I'll make a big stink. I don't go to these things. I just think we're congratulating too much, and it's this whole atmosphere of, everybody's a winner type thing. And I'm tired of it. Just go on, do your job, do your thing. But yes, I am proud of my daughter, but I'm just... Maybe I'm looking too far into things, so... And before we go on, has anybody gone and looked at the new t-shirts that are up on the Reaver of Common Sense .com/SHR store. The shirt, it is... This is my $12,000 Hillary shirt. If you haven't, at least go check it out. And go to Reaver.one and go on the page and click on the store, and I'll take you. Just go on there and take a look around. You might find something that you like. You never know. Where did my cursor go? All right, let me get back on target here. Jeff Sessions has sent a message to Paul Ryan and other Trump haters. Get behind Trump or get the fuck out of the GOP. And yes, I got chat room back up. I haven't seen anything in chat lately. Let me restart it. What the hell is this doing over here? Hopefully. Hang on. I'm out of chat room, so give me a minute. I got to re-log into it. Nike's wrong button. Button. Who's got the button? And chat room. Hopefully that'll open up the right one. All right. Looks like I'm back in the chat room. All right. That's the last distraction. I just wanted to make sure everything was up and running from that little blackout we had. He's going on. He says, basically, get behind Trump or get the fuck out of the GOP. You are bucking the will of the people who will fire you. And he's spot on. These Republicans have a choice. All right, back in 2012 and 2014, we bought into elect them, have them take over the Senate, have them take over the House, and they will stop Obama. We got behind them. We believed the Republicans when they said that, and we voted them in to stop Obama. And what have they done? Nothing. So the will of the people is saying we want Trump. We are tired of all this bullshit. We're tired of it. And basically, the Republicans have this. They can get behind Trump, or they probably are. I'm not going to say they are. They're probably going to get fired, so to speak. Paul Ryan is having a battle for his reelection. And then this Jeff Sessions put this warning out to Paul Ryan and Republican leaders who won't get behind Donald Trump. They will struggle to hold on to their jobs. In an interview with Politico Podcast Off the Message posted on Tuesday, the Alabama Republican, who in February became the first U.S. senator to endorse Trump, said that the billionaire has become the face of the Republican Party, and it was time for the House Speaker and others who were resisting to accept that. Now, I'm not saying they have to blindly agree with everything Trump says. But stop being pussies. Stop being scared of their own shadows. Every time the Democrats say boo, don't go running and hide. Stand up to them. Because the Democrats are nothing more than a bully. And how do you handle a bully? You stand up to them. And what has Trump done? He's made his comments when they scream, racist, xenophobe, oh, he hates this, he hates that, oh, he's so hateful. And Trump just went, deal with it. And on he goes. And what's happened? What has happened? The people love Trump for it. He is showing strength as a leader. And I played that video of that billionaire, and he made a great point. Trump said that he would smack Putin in the mouth. And what the fuck does Putin do? I like this guy. He should be president. He showed strength. I'm not saying violence is strength, but he's not backing down. He makes his statement. He stands by it. He is a leader. He is not this pussy bullshit that we see out of Paul Ryan, who will apologize if he sees his own shadow. He is not Obama running around apologizing to every country about everything the United States has ever done. Jesus Christ, I don't see Trump running to Japan and going, oh, we dropped 2 bombs on you. You know, you're doing all those evil things, and you bombed Pearl Harbor, and you started all this shit. But, you know, we shouldn't have dropped those bombs on you, even though we were on our way to invade you, which would have cost millions and billions of more lives. I'm sorry. No, that's not Trump. Says I'm going to smack you in your mouth, and if you don't like it, fuck you. Now, should a leader always be cursing? No. If someone curses or cusses and says, fuck you, does that make them not capable of being a leader? Hell no. You know what? I could have seen George Bush. I really wish I would have seen George Bush up there after 9/11 going, whoever is the fuckers that just attacked us, we will find your scum ass, and we are going to kick it up one side of New York City and down the other. We're going to put our foot so far up your ass, you are going to taste rubber for the rest of your life. Now, those that attacked us need to take their little pussy asses and stand up to us and say, this is what we did, and fight us, instead of being a little pussy running and hiding in caves. I would have been like, woo-hoo! Yes! Yes! Woo! But no, he was politically correct. If you don't stand with us, you're against us. Da-da-da-da-da. Or you have Obama. We need to, think of something besides going and fighting these people. It's a religion of peace, don't you understand? They're just misunderstood, and they need jobs, and maybe they just need hugs. Maybe if we go hug them, yeah, come here, let's hug it out. Now, which person are you getting behind and have more trust in? Someone that says, you attack us, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. You threaten us, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Or, oh, you just threatened us. Come here. Give me a hug. Just give me a hug. It'll feel better. Oh, doesn't that feel better? Which president would you want? Because I'll tell you right now, the shit with North Korea, I want to see a president go ahead, make our day. As soon as that thing goes up, you keep saying you have this nuclear capability. You say you're going to launch it. We have the defenses to shoot down that missile. And then we're going to send so many troops into your country. We're going to kick the shit out of you. We're going to find whatever hole you hide in. And then we're going to kick the shit out of you personally. Now, you want to threaten us again. The next threat we will take seriously. And you will find a couple of nuclear weapons laser-sighted right up your ass. Do you think Korea's going to mouth off that much more? They have a choice. Send up a missile and get it shot down, and then get your ass kicked and lose control of your country. Back down your rhetoric and try to spin it around to make it sound like you're, for the betterment of the world, we're going to calm down and decide to talk and try to work this out. Which leader would you want? The one that sits here and pampers and gives everything to North Korea and Iran? Or one that would stand up to them and say, screw you? I know I'm giving a really exaggerated examples here, but which leader do you want? I mean, does Canada want a leader that literally is pulling his troops back from the fight on ISIS? Even though ISIS has attacked Canada. You have a leader who wants to send letters of love to stop the war with ISIS.
Would you rather see a leader that stands up and says, you fuck with my country again, I'm going to wipe you and your family off the face of this earth? If you think what you're doing to us is bad, you come in this country and you attack us one more time, I will find every single one of your family members and I'll wipe them off the map. I'll wipe you. I'll wipe your family off the map. You can go to Allah and you can see him personally, right along with your whole family. Now, which leader would you want, Cal? Would you want that leader, or do you want the leader, let's give some hugs, let's give some love. We're going to take all of our military and kick them off the military bases, and we're going to bring in all these Muslims and put them on our military bases. That'll show them that we love them. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We need to talk. We need to talk everything through. We need to talk. There's a time for talk, and there's a time for action. I really think even what President Bush has done, I don't think that was even going far enough. I know I'm so evil of a person for thinking the only thing that's going to get through to these people's heads, whether it's this terrorist group, past terrorist groups, tomorrow terrorist groups, if we hit them so fucking hard, it scares the piss out of them. Even the idea of someone going, hey, you know what would be a great idea? We go send some people over to America and we just do random shootings here and there. No. We don't want to do that. No. Shut up. Don't even mention it. You don't know if a satellite's hearing you. We'll have a cruise missile up our ass if we even mention that. Shut your mouth. Hit them so hard that they have that fear in them. What did Japan say after 9/11? We learned it the hard way, people. We fucked with the United States, and his exact words were, we woke a sleeping giant up. And it's something that they'll never do again. We need to have ISIS and all these Muslims in the Middle East going, holy shit, we woke up the Middle East. I don't care what's going on. If we have a problem in this country, we'll deal with it. Oh, shit, we got a small war going on. United States, we got it handled. We'll stop it immediately. Sorry, we don't want it to affect you guys. We will handle it ourselves, and we will end this. I'm maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me. But I am sick and tired of having politicians that are more worried about offending other countries, more scared of them than they are of us. Maybe they shouldn't be afraid, but they should be. The idea of attacking us should send a shiver down their spines. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover has arrived. We have expanded the show to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to, well, not today. You can't watch a broadcast because, well, power outage took out the show. But just go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. And if you want to support the show and to become a Reaverite, or if you just want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Please tell me that's a joke. I don't want to open it up all the way with the show, but please tell me that is a joke, Kel. That title is just like an extreme version of what... Oh my God, please tell me. Please tell me that's a joke. There is an article that says Canada's Supreme Court legalizes some sex with animals. You know what? That's one of the things that I said you're going to see. When the United States Supreme Court said what they said and how they said it, how they ruled on gay marriage, I don't give a shit about gay marriage. But the wording that they used to say that it was legal
It was going to open up issues like bestiality. What about, polygamy? Shouldn't I have a right, if I want to marry 5 women, why is the government telling me I can't do that? According to the rules that the Supreme Court had laid down, I have the right for happiness, and they have no right to stand in the way. So if I want to marry 5 women, why is the government stopping that? Why is that illegal? It was because of a moral and religious reason why the United States did away with that. If all of us are in agreement, why can't I marry as many women as I want? I know I'm not a Mormon, but even so, if I fall in love with 2 women and they love me and they are in agreement with it, I'm not saying I do or I want it, but according to the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage, I should have just as much right, because as long as people love each other, they should have the right to get married. So if I'm in love with 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, 5 women, headaches galore. Sorry. I had kind of like a moment of Dr. Seuss in my head. But if they're in agreement with it, so the Canadian Supreme Court ruled 7-1 that humans having sexual contact with animals is okay if there's no penetration involved in the act. And see, that's what we're having with pedophiles too. Because they're saying they're not hurting anybody. They love them. And by their Supreme Court ruling, the government has no right to interfere with that. I don't agree with that. Hell no. And just as with bestiality. Hell no. But this ruling has opened up Pandora's box to all of this happening. Yeah, marry your bull. If you love it and you're not hurting anybody, you have the right to happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's the ruling. So why can't I get married to 4, 5, 6 women? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hey, 7 women. Why not? 1 for every night of the week. And if I really want to expand it, let's go 31. 1 for every day of the month. Yeah, that's the headache I need. It's if they wanted to say it was legal, there's other ways they could have worded it, because now they open the Pandora's box to bestiality, monogamy, even pedophilias. They're now having a legal precedent set. Not saying it's right, so calm down. Yeah, that would be my luck. Or no, I would have like 2 of them for every week or so. Have a bunch of them. So it was around them every week of the month. I'd have, bitchy women around me. And don't send no well, if you're going to send hate mail over that comment, it goes to crash@reaver.1. And if you're going to complain about it, you're not in the chat room with my Reaverettes, and they're having fun with this and making some comments that I'm commenting off of. So if you want to understand and you want to join in, jump into the chat room. It's easy. Go to SHR Media. There's a button, a big button that says chat room. You click on it. You can join the conversation. I don't care what you say in there. There's no censorship when it comes to this show. Even if you are a liberal and you want to go in there and scream and yell at me, you can. Do so at your own peril. If you want to send me hate mail, yes, Kel, that actually is a very common term used in the United States for that. And as I said, I actually feel sorry for Crash. He is the only male in that house, and he is the sixth person living in that house. He has 4 girls and his wife. Yeah, I feel sorry, and I'd be drinking a lot too if I were in his shoes. Holy shit, would I be drinking? Whew. I mean, it's bad enough I'm human. I'm the only male in the house with 2 women, but I still rule. It's actually a very common term in the United States to say ragging it for that time of the month for women. It's, I think, well, I mean, go to England. What, a cigarette's a fag? And the first time when I play my game, I play a lot of online games. And we'll get into, there's programs where all of us can chat while we're playing the game. And I'm sitting there, and the one guy goes, hey, I'm going to go outside and have a fag. And I'm like, huh? What? And he's from England. And my buddy, who I went to high school with, is like, no. Before, he's like, Joe, don't stop. I already know where your mind went. I'm like, yeah, I figured you did. He's like, yeah, he's going out to have a cigarette. I'm like, oh, okay. But to us, going outside to have a fag, I mean, like, you're going outside to have a gay guy. I know it's a bad term to use, but I'm hearing that in the United States terms. I'm like, huh? Bangers and mash? I mean, that's something I would do in the bedroom, not have for dinner. That was a bad one. I'm going to get complaints on that comment. What, are you promoting violence against women? You want to bang her and you want to be violent with her? No. I'm going to change the subject and get on to something else right now before I get in trouble. It's not a fair comparison, but there's a lot of different terms in different countries. And even, United States, going from New Jersey down to Florida, there's a shitload of terms that are different. It was like moving into another country, and we're all in the United States. So, on to back talking about Jeff Sessions. I don't know how he totally got off. I don't have a Crash here to blame him, but I'll still blame Crash for getting off topic. As always, when in doubt, blame Crash. Actually, let's go on. We already talked enough about Jeff Sessions. Now, what I want to talk about is the founder of the group, Judge, Cruel, the Hispanic judge that... the whole blow-up with Trump and the Mexican judge. Well, the group he belongs to, the association, well, the founders say whites should go back to Europe and California should be a Mexican state. Wait a minute. Isn't that racist to say all whites should go back to Europe? Because if I said all blacks should go back to Africa, and I'm not, so silent, I'd be claimed to be a racist. It would be a negative and hurtful for me to say that. But a Hispanic can tell all of us whites that we should go back to Europe. Well, if you really want to get technical, then shouldn't you Hispanics go back to Asia? Because that is where your direct descendants from. American Indian Hispanics originally were in Asia, which before that you're talking Africa. But as they migrated, they went to Asia. They started to settle. Then they went up into Russia, into Siberia. Went over, at that time, a landmass into Alaska. Yes, you could walk from Russia to Alaska back then. I mean, what is it? Only now there's only like a 10-mile separation. So it's really not that far of a separation. And what the hell is it? The Bering Straits. So the Asian people at that time went over, came down in the United States, spread out, and that's where American Indians came from. And then another group traveled down to Mexico, South America, Central America. So if you're telling us whites to go back to Europe, maybe the Hispanics need to go back to Asia then. Because if you really want to get going, and if you really want to take it a step further, whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, everybody needs to go back to the Middle East / Africa. They're still debating which area was the exact area, so that's why I'm leaving it as Africa or the Middle East. Because that's where all life really originated from, whether you're talking evolution or you're talking religious. It all started in that area. So nobody is really from any area except for Africa and the Middle East. All ethnicities traveled and conquered areas. So this whole that California belongs to Mexico. Well, there was a war. The United States won. There was an agreement made. Reparation may not be the best, but payments were made back. And as an agreement, certain areas were given up by Mexico. They're the ones that gave it up. And the United States, they became part of the United States. But no, let's just keep going with this, asinine thought that the Europeans were invaders and took over all these areas. I mean, that's how all these areas were settled back then. See ya, Cal. We'll miss you. And hopefully your day gets better, sweetie. So this shit of whites should go back to Europe, I find that racist and I find that highly offensive. But you won't see any liberal group chastising them for saying it. They'll applaud this Lawyers Association for, the California La Raza Lawyer Association that this judge is a part of. And I'm so sick of it. So they have a right to say that, but Trump's going to get lambasted for the other. In 2010, Snoop's report assessed that the first listed co-founder of Judge Curel's group made the statement, and they reported Mario, I'm not even going to try his last name, was a co-founder of the Mexican-American Legal Defense and Education Fund and the La Raza Lawyers of California Bar Association, and he was formerly served as a California Secretary of Health and Welfare. We don't know exactly when and where he first made his controversial statement, but California becoming a Hispanic state. But he has confirmed he said it at least twice during his appearance on a radio show in May or June of 1998, and again on a different radio show. He went on to say, "We're going to take over all the political institutions of California. In 5 years, the Hispanics are going to be the majority population in this state." One caller called in, "You also made the statement that California is going to become a Hispanic state, and if anyone doesn't like it, they should leave. Did you say that?" Welcome back. And this co-founder, Mario, said, "I did. They ought to go back to Europe." The statement was also reported by the New York Times in the 2010 obituary of Mario. They wrote, "When someone put up a sign at a California border saying illegal immigration state, he threatened to burn it down personally." Yeah, Kel said she had to get going, so I don't think she's having a good day. I feel bad for her. I really do. This man, the founder of the group, it's okay that they make racist statements, but God forbid Trump points it out. I love this double standard where everybody can make whatever statement they want. As long as they are a liberal, they could say anything and everything they want. We are not allowed to defend ourselves on the conservative side because that just proves how racist we are, that we want to defend ourselves. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm fucking sick of it. I'm tired of it. It's... I've had it up to here. Here, I tell you. So this, how Trump is all guilty is a bunch of bullshit. And this judge does seem to have a prejudice against whites and Trump. And yes, I will say it out loud without knowing the man. I feel that Judge Curell is a racist against whites, does have an issue with people that are against open borders, and he will be prejudiced in his decision. His personal life will cloud his legal judgment. We also now have Yale students demanding the removal of white authors from the curriculum. Students at Yale University are demanding radical changes that would remove white male authors from the English department's curriculum. Now, isn't that racist amongst itself? So they can demand that, but if I said I wanted to ban all black male authors, I'd be a racist. So tell me, how and why are they able to do it? And according to a petition submitted to the facility, Yale students are demanding that a course on major English poets be removed from the curriculum because it lacks diversity. It is unacceptable that a Yale student considering studying English literature might read only white male authors. A year spent around a semester table where the literature combination of women, people of color, and queer folks are absent actively harms all students, regardless of their identity, the student writes in the petition. They're not wanting an equal distribution of the authors. They want all white males to be removed. A major English poet requirement for Yale English majors focuses on the works of poet Geoffrey something other, Edmund Spenser, William Shakespeare, John Milton, William Wordsworth, and T.S. Eliot. Despite this lineup lacking the diversity that the students desire, it's an accurate reflection of the figures who have the most influenced English poetry. According to the students, the major English poets course creates a culture that is especially hostile to students of color. I love how the term hostile has been reinterpreted. It is hostile that this course does not have an equal amount of diversity. The hostility. Fuck that. The liberals attacking people, destroying careers, causing violence. That's hostility. Me screaming in the mic right now is hostility because I'm pissed off and I'm sick of this bullshit from the left. I'm serious. I fucking had it. How much more bullshit do we have to put up with from the left? How much more attacks are we going to take before we say that's enough? How far are we going to let the destruction of who we are, just because I got the skin color white, I am at fault? I'm supposed to have all these white privileges? I ain't got no fucking privileges. If I have anything, I have fucking earned it. I earned the awards that I got in my career. I earned the right to say that I am proud of who I am, that I busted my ass for 25 years. No one handed me anything. I am sick and fucking tired of this left notion. Everything has to be handed to everybody and blame the white person. Why? Because 250 years ago, some white people had slaves I wasn't even thought of back then. Stop blaming me. I have never owned a goddamn slave. Stop blaming me for everybody else's problems. Stop telling me I don't have a right to speak up because the color of my skin. Stop mandating certain courses only allow certain things because the color of their skin. Hate to tell you, that's called racism. But no, the left doesn't see it that way when they're the racists, and they've been the racists for the longest ass time. They've just learned how to turn the tables. Tell me how it's not racist that people get preferential treatment at jobs because of the color of their skin. Tell me how people get scholarships based on the color of their skin. And yes, do blacks sometimes get the wrong end of the stick? Yes, they do. I won't say they won't. But we will continue to have these issues the more people bring up the color of the skin. Maybe if we stop recognizing the color of our skins and just start treating people on how they treat each other and stop bringing up the color of the skins nonstop. Because that's what they're doing. And that's what I'm tired of. You don't want me judging you because of the color of your skin? Don't judge me because of the color of my skin. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio and IRCN Network. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want everybody to have a great weekend. And remember, if you want to yell, scream, shout at me, tell me I'm a fucking asshole, the email is crash@reaver.one. Have a great weekend. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.